Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, LA. Thank you so much for being here. I'm 39, and I don't want to be a girl boss no more, you guys. I am so stressed out, okay? When I take these braids out, I look like Frederick Douglass, all right? Like, I look like I belong on a Black History Month stamp that a white person uses to show they're an ally, okay? And I shouldn't be this stressed out. Me and Freddie Duggs ain't have the same workload. Okay, he was an abolitionist working day in and day out to end slavery, and I'm an elder millennial comedian who needs a gravity blanket to keep the dark thoughts away. Like, the stakes ain't the same, okay? But I'm stressed, and I'm so tired. Oh my God, I'm so tired, and it's all Destiny's Child's fault, okay? Because they were like, all you women who independent, throw your hands up at me. Bitch, shut up! I don't want to be independent anymore. I want someone else to be the boss, all right? Thank you. One person. She's like, yes. Now, obviously, I'm grateful for the life I have because it's only possible because of the foremothers who had to go through all the crap they had to go through. Like, they dealt with so much ignorance, all right? Like, in the 1940s, female air service pilots weren't allowed to fly planes during their periods because doctors thought they were going to pass out in the cockpit. What? Grown-ass men with medical degrees thought that once a week, a month, every month, women were bleeding so much they were passing out on the regs, okay? Like, these doctors acted like when women went to the bathroom, they were just like, "Wah! Wah! Wah!" Then they had to be weakened at Bernie's back to the kitchen to finish making a pot roast. It's ridiculous, okay? Our foremothers lived in a world where no one knew how the female body worked or even cared, okay? I remember watching this documentary on the 1960s called Mad Men. Has anyone seen it? It's some of Ken Burns' finest work, okay? And in one episode, Don Draper's stay-at-home wife, Betty, was so sexually frustrated that she put on a load of laundry, then shimmied up to it, clit first, so she could come. That's how bad things were for women in the 1960s, that it was easier to rub one out on a whirlpool than to have a conversation with their dumb husbands and be like, hey man, can you just fuck me deep into this mattress so I can forget that I need your permission to get a credit card? It's ridiculous. In the 1980s, women wore big ass shoulder pads like I'm doing right now, looking like the defensive lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers, just so they could get taken seriously at work, okay? The point is, our foremothers went through a lot, so I can be a girl boss. And I appreciate that, except now being a boss ain't enough. You gotta have an empire, okay? You gotta do all the things. Like, I do stand-up, have a production company, run a big book imprint, I act. Thank you. I'm on the board of a nonprofit charity, okay? I'm that kind of boss. And all these things are amazing, don't get me wrong, but historically, having an empire sucks. Like, your life expectancy is shorter from all the stress. You're dealing with a bunch of ungrateful mofos. And then on your Wikipedia page, there's always that subheading called The Fall of. Some messy-ass bitch is just writing about your decline. Look, I know that I chose this life, okay? But I did that because I was told that being a girl boss was gonna set me free, all right? I used to watch that movie, Working Girl, all the time growing up. It's a great movie. And in it, Melanie Griffith pretends to be a boss for 3 days. 3. And she gets dicked down by, in his prime, Harrison Ford. And I watched that and I was like, I mean, yeah, I'll start an LLC if that's what I want to get. I got duped, you guys, I did, okay? Because I thought I was gonna have the career success, financial stability, the hot guy, unlimited support from my partner, which I got up until a certain point, you know? And then it just changed, all right? Like, my ex and I, we were together for 5 years, and he was very supportive, happy for my career success, was fine with me being the breadwinner during COVID when he was out of work, until I had to buy that motherfucker some teeth. Because he's British, and British people's teeth look like someone camping for the first time, just tent poles going in every fucking direction. Like, what in the George Washington hell was going on? You guys, I think you hear me. But I don't think you hear me, okay? I bought an uninsured white man teeth. No! I'm so sorry, Mother Maya, Maya Angelou. I'm so sorry. No, this is not what you wanted for me. Y'all, a black woman buying an uninsured white man teeth is the upside down of colonizing. Do you? Millie Bobby Brown is wearing box braids. And she goes by Millie Whitney Houston. It makes no sense. But I did it. Why did I do it? I did it because I was a girl boss who was in love, and I had the money to fix the problem, okay? And he hated it. But I loved it. Oh, it was the most powerful I ever felt in my entire life to buy teeth. Teeth? Teeth are expensive. Canines, incisors, bicuspids. What? That should be what rappers are talking about, okay? Cardi B's always rapping about Gucci and Louis Vuitton. I'm like, bitch, have you ever made rain molars on a motherfucker? Well, my ex, he couldn't handle it, okay? Because he needed me. He couldn't do this on his own. He needed me because he couldn't chew properly, okay? He was just swallowing food whole like a pelican on DuckTales, okay? Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. I'm like, really? You think Panera wants you to eat ciabatta bread whole? Really? So he didn't appreciate what I did for him. He started resenting me, so I had to end things, all right? So now I'm stressed out, I'm tired, underappreciated, and I have no time for myself. Because when you're a girl boss, it takes so much effort to maintain your career, okay? I work around the clock. I have no me time, all right? I can't masturbate how I used to anymore, okay? Because I'm analog, baby, just boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. It's like a newswire from the 1930s, okay? I'm just like, see biscuits coming around the bend and third. I'm just saying, when you rely on your hands, this shit takes time, okay? It's farm to table, all right? And I miss it. I had a whole routine. I miss it, okay? I would put on some Sade. I would light a candle, put on my little CB2 blanket, spritz the air with some perfume so I could feel like Emily in Paris. And then I get down to business, okay? I turn into a working class, blue collar masturbator, all right? I was the Bruce Springsteen of jacking off, okay? I was a storyteller just building orgasms with nothing but finger flicks and fucking grit, all right? Like, born in the USA, don't look away, we're in this together. Born in the USA. My apologies, that was intense. HR, I'm just kidding, we're fine. But I don't have time to do that anymore, okay? And I told my bestie this because she's a girl boss, and she was like, just get a vibrator. And I said, I don't want to Jeff Bezos my pussy, all right? Sure, it's been a slow Q2, but maybe it'll turn around in Q4, I don't know. Give me a chance. But she was like, no, just get a vibrator. Told me about this brand, and she was like, put it on high speed and you'll come in under 30 seconds. And I was like, what? Under 30 seconds, 0 to orgasm in under 30 seconds? That's too fast. You're gonna burn your clit off, okay? You will pass out. But that's how strapped for time girl bosses are. That coming is in an arms race against losing consciousness, okay? We're booked and busy. But I gotta do something, man. I do, because I'm single, I'm turning 40 this year. And this is the horniest I've ever been, okay? And no one warned me about this. Like, all the women's magazines were just like, this is gonna be the best decade ever. You're gonna be the CEO of your life. And I don't wanna be a CEO. I wanna be a HOE. But I can't because I'm a girl boss. I spend all my time at work, and you can't fuck your employees. Which I get, okay. Power dynamics, yes. But I'm almost middle-aged. And that's when you become a creep in the workplace. You can't fight it just happens to you, okay? You go to bed normal, and then one day you wake up and you need to take a probiotic in order to stay regular. And all of a sudden, you're drafting an email asking one of your employees if they'd like a little extra PTO in exchange for letting me GTB, gargle them balls. But you don't send it. You don't send it, okay? It just stays in your drafts folders, all right? I know how to keep it profesh, okay? Come on. But now I understand creepy men in the workplace. I see you now. We're in this together, okay? And I understand why they risk it for the biscuit. I do, all right? Because men usually come, okay? So they're gonna shoot their shot and see if the other person is down. as a straight lady, I'm not guaranteed an orgasm, all right? I'm rolling the dice every time I drop trowel with a man, all right? Conditions must be ideal, all right? It can't be too cold. I can't be thinking, oh, I forgot to check out on Instacart. No! So I don't want to sleep with my 22-year-old intern, not have an orgasm, and then have to write him a letter of recommendation. Like, I look like a clown. But society doesn't talk about this, okay? They do not talk about the plight of the horny woman in the workplace because we live in a patriarchy, okay? It's all about men and their sausage, all right? Growing up, I remember hearing, oh, you don't want to give a guy blue balls. You don't want to give a guy blue balls. He might shoot up a bank. What? You don't blow your load one time, and now everyone's life is in danger? When women don't get dick down, we just start book clubs, okay? We're like, maybe now's a good time to get this Etsy business off the ground. I heard multiple revenue streams was a way to go, okay? Just saying, being a girl boss is trash, okay? It's trash. Like, working is ignorant, okay? Like, if you have any other option, why would you work? Right? And I see some women who chose a different life path than me, and I'm like, damn, I should have done that. Like, I gotta make a change, y'all. I want a sugar daddy. That's where I'm at. I want a sugar daddy. Thank you, 3 people, for understanding where I'm at. Okay. No, listen, I follow American Idol's Kathy McPhee on Instagram. And I am so jealous of her life, okay? Check this out. Her and I are the same age, okay? We're both 39. And she married that songwriter / music producer, David Foster, who's 74. Don't know. She's not here. She's at home eating snacks. She chose correct. When they first started dating, she did an interview and she was just like, we have so much in common. And I was like, what could you possibly have in common with a 74-year-old that you both know his checking and routing numbers? Like, what? Like, I wish we could just be honest as a society when we see beautiful women linking up with old-ass dudes. Like, we know what's going on. Like, I wish she could have just said, I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to fill out another 1099. Because no one ever has anything in common with a broke 74-year-old. I'm just saying, she didn't end up with a daytime greeter at Walmart. You know what I mean? She married a dude whose net worth is $150 million. For $150 million, I would have everything in common with you. What? I would be the DJ Khaled of your life. Just follow you around, hype you up, going, and another one. What? God. But when women do what Kat did, they get called gold diggers, okay? And I hate that. They're not gold diggers, all right? They are financial investors. And old dick is their stock market. And to me, that's an even exchange, okay? These old dudes get access to young punani that makes them relive their youth. Like, think about that, okay? They just put their, like, raggedy dicks in somebody. And they get to go back in time. And people just expect women to be doing this as an unpaid college internship? I'm sorry, but if a few minutes inside me takes you back to your glory days, where you did the Charleston at prom, back up the Brinks truck, bitch! You can pay for my Hulu Plus live TV in perpetuity, okay? I saw a wedding picture of that New England Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, and his new wife, Dr. Dana Blumberg. He's 82, she's in her late 40s, okay? And I zoomed in on the pic, and I saw that he was wearing tennis shoes because he probably doesn't have the arch support to stand unassisted anymore, okay? And so you know it's not a marriage for love, because if it was, she would have been like, you are not wearing Skechers to our wedding. Put on a wingtip. But he can't because his old ass bones are like a Jenga tower that's about to fall over. So he needs pillows on his feet just to stand. And she doesn't care. Why would she care? She's tired, all right? Being a doctor is hard work. It is demanding work. It's not like Grey's Anatomy, okay? Doctors aren't fucking in a supply closet while Snow Patrol plays in the background. She wants off the grind, and I get it, because being a girl boss is so exhausting. You have to work all the time to maintain your career on top of all these other responsibilities you're supposed to have as a woman. So why not just make your life easier and marry an old dude, okay? Which, by the way, is something that society tells women they should want to do, okay? They do that through like movies and TV shows, because men aging isn't seen as much of a negative as it is for women, because society says, oh, older men are still viable and have worth beyond their looks. Like when guys' looks fade, they still have value, whether it's like financial security, being a family man, making us feel safe, their sense of humor. Society makes us think that women should want older men. And one of the ways you do that is with movies. Like Richard Gere was 40 and Julia Roberts was 22 in Pretty Woman. It gets worse, it gets worse. Bill Murray was 52 and Scarlett Johansson was 18 when they shot Lost in Translation. Yep, and we all gobbled it up, okay? And then Sean Connery was 68 years old when he shot the movie Entrapment, and Catherine Zeta-Jones was 29. If you haven't seen that movie, the premise is that Sean is this master jewel thief, and it's Catherine's job to entrap him and send him to jail. And the main wrench thrown into this plot is that she is struggling. I mean, struggling. Not to fuck him. How did she not get an Oscar for that performance? Yeah. Catherine's, okay, yeah. I'm gonna hide, okay. No, but Catherine Zeta-Jones was one of the most beautiful actresses of her generation. At 29, she could have had any man she wanted. And we're supposed to believe that she's just sliding off her chair. over a dude that probably has Fixodent denture gel on his burglar gloves. It's ridiculous. But I'm guilty of this too, okay? When I was a teenager, I thought Kevin from the Backstreet Boys was the hottest one because he looked like he was in the middle of a custody battle, okay? He was weathered. And I was just like, I want it that way. Point is, men are allowed to age and can still be considered attractive. That's not the same for women and girl bosses. Like, no matter how successful we are, it still comes down to us looking young and fuckable, okay? That's why I love that. That's why all these girl bosses like Gwyneth Paltrow, Jessica Alba, J-Lo, they all have skincare lines, okay? Because they're trying to reverse all the signs of aging and stress from running a business. It takes a toll, okay? Because when you start your girl boss journey, you look like a sassy twink. He's ready to trap a closeted Republican, okay? You're full of collagen and hope. And then over time, all the wear and tear from being in charge has you looking like Keith Richards, all right? And it's shit that dude bosses don't have to worry about. Like, we don't know Mark Cuban's skincare routine, okay? Warren Buffett's not like, click the link in the bio. And you can find out how I keep my saggy balls from dropping into the toilet bowl when I take a shit. And he's just holding his dick and balls for reference like he's an influencer. It's not the same for women and girl bosses. It's not. Okay? We must fight aging, okay? We must be anti-aging, or we are failing as human beings, okay? That's the whole skincare industry, be anti-aging. And I love skincare, I do, oh my God, I love it so much. I indulge, it's whole relaxing, it's my self-care. I love researching it, okay? There's this machine called the Droplet, which turns serums into a mist that you spray on your face so it makes it easier for your skin and cells to reverse the signs of aging, okay? I heard a gasp, like it's cool. And it's backed by NASA, MIT, and the US Army. And I'm like, aren't you guys a little busy? But that's how much society does not want women to age. That the US Army, MIT, and NASA huddled up. They were like, okay, bring it in. So I know we dropped the bomb about there being aliens. Let's forget that for a second. We got a bunch of wars going on. Fuck that. There are a bunch of female uggos walking around with fine lines and wrinkles. We need to fix this shit. It's terrible. It's too much for women. It's just too much, okay? Girl bosses have too much to do. And I'm so tired, you guys. I'm so tired because I work all the time. Like, I would suck a 72-year-old dick if I could have a Monday off. Oh my God, sign me up, coach. That sounds amazing. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, okay? Yeah, it's a safe space. It's gonna be okay, okay. What's the oldest dick you would suck if you could have a full month off, all your bills paid, going on vacation, the best restaurants, the best outfits? What's the oldest dick? 60? She said 60, I would do that now. No, I'm trying to change your life. This is my TED Talk, okay? You are not doing this for pleasure, just to change your life, okay? Listen, you guys just clear eyes, full heart, can't lose that shit, and get to work, okay? The correct answer on the survey is 82. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take an 82. They can be in hospice. It is fine. It is fine. The older, the better is what I say, okay? I don't want a young sugar daddy. I want an old sugar daddy, okay? I want a sugar daddy who, when he puts me in his will, I'm now fighting his adult children. I want a sugar daddy who's gonna struggle through missionary. No upper body strength, okay? At all. You remember at the end of that movie, Gravity, with Sandra Bullock, where she's like walking out of the spaceship, all slow like this? That's what I want my sugar daddy's arms to be like during missionary, just. Because he forgot to take his Centrum Silver that day. I'm just like, it's okay, baby. We'll try again tomorrow. Just give me some cash, all right? That's... Don't get me wrong. Listen, I really do love being a woman. There's so many fabulous things about being a woman, okay? The sisterhood, the Beyonce of it all. Like, it's great. I love it. It's just that society makes it so hard for us, okay? And that's how the patriarchy wants it, right? They want us stressed out, tired, overworked, underpaid, insecure, uncomfortable. Because if we weren't all these things, we would team up, burn this shit to the ground, and rebuild society. We just would. I would say society doesn't want us to glow up, so they attack us, okay? The first step is to make us uncomfortable, okay? That's why they want us wearing the shapewear and the stilettos. Like, it's hard to fight for pay parity when you can't feel your pinky toe. You know what I mean? Can't focus, all right? Like, I don't know what's happening with women's thong underwear. I don't. Because it used to cover everything in the front. And now every thong is just like one al dente fettuccine noodle that I'm supposed to wrap around myself and take care of biz. But I can't because my puss is just spilling out wherever I go, okay? I'm just like making my way downtown. Scoop, 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 scoop. Sometimes when I'm wearing a thong and I'm walking around, I feel like Kevin on that episode of The Office where he spills the chili and he's just scooping. I'm just scooping all the way to Target, just scooping. And it's just as bad in the back, okay? Because a thong has to be wedged up there so it stays locked in, right? So we're all just walking around with all this butt floss. And part of the reason why we're supposed to wear thongs is because of VPL, okay? Visible panty line, right? Because society said, God forbid, there's visual evidence that we wear something to catch our discharge. Not allowed, okay? So we're just tiptoeing around with this butt floss. And I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but this happens to me sometimes when I'm wearing a thong and I need to fart and I try to push it out. The thong just reroutes it back into my vagina. So now I have to re-fart out this toxic air. And there's no way to stop this from happening because by the time you feel the bloop bloop, it's already back in you. A lot of the guys in here are like, oh. Maybe blue balls isn't that bad. It's not. Okay. So society's got women feeling uncomfortable, right? Then they start attacking us in other ways, like with our cell phones. Our phones are listening to us all the time, okay? And I say this because the other day, I got an ad on Instagram for a bikini sheet mask. Okay, bikini sheet mask. Okay, some of you know, but basically women are supposed to wear a bikini sheet mask so that the creases right here don't get dehydrated. And I don't know what keywords I said in my conversation that brought this ad to me, but I felt attacked, okay? And I get it, capitalism is a hustle. You know, you gotta present a problem and be like, look, I got the solution, give me the money. But this is not a real problem, okay? I've never slept with a guy, he's been like, yeah, the sex was good, but you did kind of scuff up my dick with your dry-ass creases. And he's just putting Neosporin on the tip of his dick as he goes to work. That's not a thing, okay? So I saw this ad, and I did the thing that I think a lot of us like to do, which is, well, I want to spend the rest of my night getting really upset. So I clicked on the ad, and it took me to this article called Valentine's Day Gift Guide for Her, and I scrolled through this list of all these things that women are supposed to be doing, and I stopped, because now there's another thing we're supposed to add to the list. Women are now supposed to be exfoliating our buttholes. I'm sorry, but my G-Cal is full. On top of all the things that women have to do, kill it at work, raise families, be active in the community, be everyone's emotional rock, we now also have to exfoliate our buttholes? If you eat butt, you know what's up. Like, you know it's not the smoothest of surfaces. It's kind of like when you go to a diner and their menus are greasy, but you're like, I'm sure they wash their plates. Like, you eat ass on hope like an adult, okay? But I will say I did get a little triggered because I, Phoebe Robinson, have a hairy butthole. Doesn't bother me. It's just like the only thing that throws me off is that the texture of my hair up here is so different than what's going on back here. Like when I take these braids out, I have a cute afro. It's delightful. And then back here, I have the straightest white lady hair with a loose beach wave at the end. Like, what in the Garnier Fructis is going on? My asshole looks like an Afghan hound that's placed third at the Westminster Dog Show. Do you understand? But for real, women, we don't have time for this bullshit. Like, I'm pretty sure Oprah is not exfoliating her butthole for Stedman. And I don't even think he would have the audacity to ask, okay? But if he did, I bet Oprah would be like, hey, Stead, do you like your life? Do you like everything I built for you in Montecito? Well, then put on a bib, all right? Grab a stack of wet ones like you're about to eat lobster tail, and get the fuck to work. Come on. It's just frustrating because society acts like women will never be lovable or even likable unless we continue to constantly change, you know what I mean? So we're just stuck in this endless like negative feedback loop from the patriarchy or men, sorry, not all men. You gotta say that now, not all men, okay? Because if you don't, some dude in a Patagonia vest and flip-flops is gonna come running in and be like, hey, 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 hey! So, not all men, but definitely that guy. There's no not all women. Have you ever noticed that? No, not all women. 'Cause we understand context clues. And we know when shit doesn't apply to us, okay? But for real men, not all men, have a problem. They have no problem just telling us all the things they don't like about us or what they won't do for us, okay? Like, I remember this interview that DJ Khaled gave, all right? I know. He's the scholar of our time, you guys. But he said that he doesn't go down on his wife because it's not king shit to do. Boo! Lock him up! Lock him up! Relax! I'm gonna roast him, relax! But I follow him on social media because he is kind of funny sometimes. And I just see him like crip walking in Crocs and eating McDonald's filet of fish. And I'm like, that's king shit? Pussy tastes better than McDonald's. What's wrong with you? Go to therapy! I was dating this guy in my early 20s for a few months, and one night he was going down on me, and then he just popped his head up, and he was like, just like that. And he was just like, hey, you're a little too wet down there. I know. You guys are so invested in my life. It's touching. I'm not used to it. Okay. But I was young, okay? I didn't know any better, so I didn't say anything. I just thought this was like truly like a me problem. And then over the years, I've had other girlfriends come up to me and tell me they've had guys say similar stuff like that to them. And I want to be like, don't these men understand? This just means compliments from the chef. Like, oh, do you have to dab your chin because it was a little messy? Good, bitch. You're eating a meal. That's what happens, okay? If you're eating it right, you should feel like you're being waterboarded at Guantanamo Bay, okay? Just... Dick Cheney's there. It got weird, okay? Men are just so dramatic. I think they are. Like, they just are so dramatic about going down on us. Like, do they understand what we go through to suck their dumb dicks? Just the utter tomfoolery that we must endure, okay? Like, they always want to push our heads down to get the party started. And I'm just like, are you about to put me in the back of a cop car? What is going on? But I realize why some of these guys do it. I think they're afraid that the blowjob's gonna go away. They're like, no take backs, okay? No take backs, right? No take backs. And I'm like, bro, I'm here on my knees. I am dialed in. But it is a job. And when you show up to your job, you don't just start working, okay? You take your time, you scroll through social media, figure out what you want for lunch. Like, let me settle the fuck in, you impatient asshole. And the way men come is so goofy. It's goofy. It's stupid. They're always like, oh. Like their souls are being sucked out by like, oh. I'm like, do you need a fainting couch? How can I assist? And then they come and go straight into a 10-hour slumber. Every time. Come like an adult, okay? Have an orgasm, then do some household chores. I know, it's been a lot. Listen, women, I think we gotta take back our lives, okay? We gotta take back control. Like we each tonight need to go home, pick one thing to empower ourselves, and then we're gonna come back here tomorrow and discuss. Just kidding, no, I'm going home. Like, I know what I'm doing to take back the power of my life. I'm gonna start sitting on dudes' faces, okay? I've never done it before, don't judge my journey, okay? I just love missionary, okay? I love to lie down. If I have to engage my core, I'm not interested, okay? But I think it might be too late for me, y'all, because my body's starting to betray me, and I told some of my girlfriends this, and they were like, no, don't say that, it's never too late. Don't give up on your dreams. And I want to believe, but I'm getting creaky, okay, a little bit. And a part of face sitting is the sitting down and getting back up. And I can't do that unassisted, okay? I'm gonna have to stop, drop, and roll off the dick at this point, and that's not hot. I just think that face sitting is a young person's game, okay? The prime face sitting years are 17 to 37, all right? And I wasted all my prime face sitting years podcasting and taking improv classes. Like, I make noise when I sit down now. That's my new normal. I make noise when I sit down. And I think that is disrespectful to the guy lying there. If I'm just hovering over him, I'm just like, woo! I'm gonna take a rest. Labia just dipping up his nostrils. That is not proper face sitting etiquette, so I've heard, okay? I think the other reason why I've yet to sit upon a face is I believe in equality. I want everything to be equal, okay? But there's no way I would ever let a dude sit on my face. And it's not to body shame men. I want to make this clear because I love their bodies, I love having sex with men, but I think we can all agree that when it comes to straight dudes, their personal hygiene is questionable at best, okay? And we already know that I have a skincare routine, okay? And these companies warn you that if you don't do everything perfectly, you're gonna look like a bridge troll, okay? That's how they hook you. Like with eye cream, you have to just Dab, 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 dab. So delicately, because the skin here is so sensitive. So I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes doing my nighttime skincare routine and just let some dude drag his dusty ass balls across my face like he's taking out the trash at midnight, just smearing all my creams and serums. No! I spend too much money to look like an H&M Zendaya. Do you understand? Women, we're up against a lot. We really are. We are. But I do believe we can dismantle the system and take over. I really do. But that job can't just be left to queer women, trans women, women of color, okay? Like, we can fight all day, but I don't think we can fully win without white women on our side, okay? Yeah, these white women, they gotta turn state's evidence on the patriarchy, okay? They gotta pull a Ray Liotta at the end of Goodfellas, okay? And I know that's hard. I know it's hard, because y'all got advantages from being white women in the patriarchy, okay? Like autumn. That used to just be one of 4 seasons. In the early 2000s, some chick named Kelsey casually said, I like it when it gets crisp. And suddenly a whole industry was built around a thing white ladies like: pumpkin spice lattes, apple picking, hay rides, knee-high brown suede boots are made solely for white women and Mary J. Blige to purchase during October, okay? White women didn't do anything to deserve having a whole season dedicated to them, but that's one of the advantages of being a white woman. People give a shit about what you like and cater to your happiness. That doesn't happen when black women say they like something. We said we like to defund the police. And what we got was Aunt Jemima fired from selling syrup. Brown Band-Aids from Johnson & Johnson. Bath and Body Works tweeting out a line from Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech next to a picture of a black lady and a white lady holding a bottle of shampoo that would fuck up that black lady's hair if she ever used it. So I'm just saying, I'm asking you, white women, you have power. You have to use it for good. So stop being all unpredictable and doing shit I don't understand and help us take over. Like, white women love watching true crime documentaries. Like, white women love watching other white women getting murdered and then going, night-night. Like, I don't watch Roots for pleasure. Do you understand? That was a one and done. Another thing I don't get about white women is they love leaving their houses with wet hair. Just throwing up in a damp ponytail and just like, there's an epidemic of white women looking like they took Splash Mountain to get to brunch. I don't understand. And I remember a few years ago when that comedian Monique was like, coming after black women a little bit for leaving our houses with hair bonnets. She was like, you have to look your most presentable. You want to be respected. And now I didn't agree with her because sometimes people are going through things. You don't know what's going on. But I appreciated that she was trying to have a conversation. But then I was like, so no one's gonna say anything to these white women. Letting their hair dry in the wind like it's a Civil War uniform on a clothesline. Like, can't Nancy Pelosi just go up to these white women on the street and be like, hey, you gotta stop leaving your house looking like the bitch who stepped out of that TV in the movie The Ring. You are scaring people. But I think the Hall of Fame, or like one of the Hall of Fame chaotic white women moments, is when Marilyn Monroe sang happy birthday to JFK. It's not talked about enough, and it's pretty unhinged. It's pretty wild. So it took place at Madison Square Garden, and it was for the Democratic National Convention. It was also JFK's birthday, so like 20,000 people were there, right? And there were all these rumors swirling about Marilyn having an affair with JFK, with his brother RFK, and she shows up to MSG serving bawdy, okay? Which I get, you got it, you wanna flaunt it, all right? But if that were me, and there were rumors that I was having an affair with my married coworker, and we both showed up to the same event, I would be dressed like former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. I'd just be wearing a big ass suit like, you don't know what's underneath here. No. And the way that Marilyn sang happy birthday, it's not the way that I sing happy birthday to my coworkers. Like, she put her puss in that. But I think the most ridiculous part of it all is that Jackie O didn't even show up, all right? She was basically like, yeah, I heard all these rumors about her sleeping with my husband. I'm just gonna take the kids and go out of town. What? Do you think if there was a rumor that Megan Thee Stallion was banging Barack Obama, Michelle would just fuck off out of town? She put that bitch in a headlock. Are you serious? My point is, I really do think all us women, if we all come together, we could change things. And white women, you can help make that happen, okay? So let's all team up and dismantle the patriarchy, okay? But if that feels like too much work, then help me with an early retirement plan, all right? Lend me some old dick so I can stop working, okay? Share the wealth. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a good night.